See, roll over your toe. Look who's awake. All right. What's up, everybody? You want to do it? You say it. You say it.
What's about good morning? Welcome to a photo edition. Scone presented by Bob. With a virtual EB postseason.com.
Good job. High five. Are you so happy this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you wake up so early?
Uh.
I don't know, huh? Why did you decide to wake up? You didn't want to sleep late today? Huh? Jason said, good morning. The real superstar of the show is here. Want to say hi, Jason?
Hi, Jason.
And Bill said, good morning, Drew. Great job introducing the show.
Hi, guys.
James and Brent and Jesse are all saying good morning. Baby Bobby said good morning. You gonna say hi?
Hi.
That's so good. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. You did so good. Hey, where are you gonna go today? To St. Lillian? Yeah. And then who's gonna pick you up today?
Me.
Mimi. And where's Mimi gonna take you?
Abilities.
To Abilities. And who do you see at Abilities on Thursday? Taylor Ann, yeah.
No, Abilities.
Will you tell me? What will you do after Abilities? You tell me. Where you go? You tell me. What? Clearly, please.
Drew.
To Drew's house.
Drew.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
then? Okay. Well, Drew's here. Didn't want to sleep in today. Oh, look, Matt said turns 50 on May the 8th. Hope this year Drew seems better. That's a big one too, Matt. 5-0. What day of the week is that? What day of the week is May the 8th? Is that a Wednesday? Wednesday, Thursday, maybe? I think I remember that Cinco de Mayo was like on a Monday this week. This year I could be wrong. Anyway, okay, he's ready. All right. Well, thank you for coming to say hi. You come back if you want, okay? He's going to go play. Anyway. Okay. All right, y'all. Good morning. Thanks for being here with us. As you heard Drew say, this morning's going presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, of course. Need a roof? Give us a shout. 364-1007, 364-1007. All the info's there at the bottom. Restored Motions, Crystal Poche, ProCharge EV. Thanks for being there, guys. 3 LSU Tigers hit the portal on Wednesday. Kai Preen, the wide receiver, Connor Gilbreth, the tight end, and Ryan Robinson, a defensive back. So when you add those 3 to Jackson Howard, that makes 4. If you're scoring at home, told you last week, my very unofficial count was that LSU was at 88 going into the fall. So you lose the 3 guys yesterday. That puts you at 85. So you're at your legal scholarship limit. Sorry about that. Just shook the camera. So you're at the legal scholarship limit for next year. But LSU is looking to add players via the portal, most notably on the defensive line. CJ West is one that is announced an offer. And I think I told y'all yesterday that there were 3 defensive tackles that they were certainly interested in. One is Philip Bleedy out of Indiana, which we all know. He already took a visit. He's got offers from everybody. Another is CJ West, who put on social media yesterday that he got an offer from LSU. CJ West is a starting defensive lineman from Kent State, and he's one that everybody has offered. I mean, Michigan, Texas A&M, LSU, I mean, name it, everybody's offered him. It's kind of a Braden Fisk situation, right? A guy that was a 3-star coming out of high school, goes to Kent State, has a great career there. He's got 1 year of eligibility remaining. He's going to try to go make a little money and play the Power 5 and boost draft stock, all that sort of stuff. So CJ West is one. I mentioned there's another one with ties to Louisiana, which wouldn't take you long to figure out if you just go look at the transfer portal at defensive tackle. But and then interestingly, the convo that I had on Tuesday, the day the portal opened, was if there were starting caliber players that LSU would be interested. Um uh the I'll tell you, Dominic Williams, who's starting defensive tackle from TCU, he entered the portal. So that would fit. I haven't had that specific conversation with anybody, but that would fit the mold of someone they'd be interested in. And then I would tell you also look at defensive back, because if they can find a starting cornerback, they would take it. I know a lot of people mentioned Cormani McClain from Colorado. That's not one that, as I understand, LSU would be interested in, because he's a guy that, while he was a 5-star this past year at Colorado, you know, I think only started 4 games and barely played. So that's not what that feels like, a Denver Harris situation. They're not going after someone because he had a high star rating. They're really looking for, um, you know, if they could find something. So the example I'll keep giving is Jark Bernard-Converse. Jark Bernard-Converse was a 4-year starter at Oklahoma State. He'd started 45 games in his career, whatever. Like, you knew what you were getting with that player, plug and play starter, right? So if that player's out there, I think LSU would be interested. So we'll keep following it. Should be another interesting day as we move along. So I said a lot of those good mornings already when a lot of you were saying hey to Drew. So thanks so much for that. I'll kind of pick up here with Bubba Tatum, Jason Horn. Did you see the pictures of Arkansas with the Gorilla basketball shirts? Gorilla baseball shirts. Sorry. I did not see Arkansas with Gorilla ball shirts. If they have Gorilla ball shirts, that's not okay. That's a that's theft is what that is. Kicks of the day. I've got my G Nikes with the gum bottom. So match the red shirt. Feeling good today. What did I say? Look good, play good, sort of thing. All right. Tim Gotro, Brett Gidry, Vernell Thomas. Good morning, Rolling Sconers. Any truth to the rumor the Saints and Dallas are conversation about trading Deck to New Orleans and Derek Carr to Dallas? I guess it's supposed to be Dak, huh? Vernell. I don't know, man. So anyway, first of all, I don't know if there's truth to those rumors. Second of all, I don't know why in the world Dallas would want to do that. Now, I understand when you look at Dak's contract, why Dallas is hesitant. Okay, so Dak, they could off ramp, but his dead cap number this year is $66 million, right? So if he's not on the team this year, so his cap hits 55, his dead cap number is 66. Next year's dead cap number is $40 million. Now, if they trade him post June 1, they save $29 million against the cap. The dead cap number drops to $26 million. So if they were to do something post June 1, that would make more sense. But then the Saints would have to decide, like, are you committed to Dak? And then also remember, the Saints, in restructuring Derek Carr's contract, has put the Saints in a terrible situation financially, because not only would you have to pay Dak, but you'd still be on the hook for Carr's contract, because right now the Saints in 2024 have a $62.8 million dead cap number on Derek Carr. Next year it's $50 million, and then in 2026 it's $28.6 million. So this would be a terrible decision. And for the Saints, you'd only save $1.2 million against the cap if you went post June 1. So no, as we just sort of play that scenario out, I do not see any way financially that that's even feasible at all this year. Like, literally zero. There's Matt, read that one. Barry Jocelyn, Christian, what's going on? Joey B, thought LSU baseball has one of the strongest NIL programs out there. How did they miss out on so many elite players like Montgomery choosing the Aggies over us? LSU does absolutely have the the best NIL program in college baseball, and it's not close. I will absolutely tell you that LSU is the number one NIL program in college baseball, and it's not close. Number two is not close. And it's not necessarily missing. I think. Hi. What? Can you tell me, please? What? You in videos? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, thank you so much for asking. I'm gonna finish that thought, y'all, but I gotta give Drew his other medicines. Right back. Okay. My apologies, y'all. All right, where were we? Were we talking about Dak or did somebody ask something else? Oh, it was baseball. So it wasn't so much that you missed out on guys like that. It was that you made a decision on guys you took already. Braswell and Bingham. You had Braswell at short, Bingham in the outfield. So you sort of made a decision. You know, did you want to roll with the guys you had, or you're bringing another player? And you know the challenge of it is if you bring in someone via the portal and you commit to that person, and then another player enters the portal that you covet more, and so you take that player as well, then it becomes harder to recruit out of the portal because teams are going to negative recruit you and say, hey, why would you want to go there? If someone else jumps in the portal they like more, they're going to give your spot to that person, right? So, I mean, that's what happened with Braswell and Luke Hill, right? And Colby Shelton, for that matter. They had taken Braswell early, and then Shelton and Hill went in the portal, and it was like, well, would they have preferred Shelton or Hill over Braswell? Yes, but you had already committed to Braswell. So what are you going to do? Tell that guy, sorry, we don't have a spot for you anymore. Someone else we like better went into the portal. So that's kind of the scenario that can play out, man. So, you know. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Jason Horn loves some Drew to start the day. Barry, been a minute, Uncle Scone. New job keeps me from watching live, but I watch every day at lunch and hit the like button. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate you for being there, man. Kelly Gross, what's going on? Tiger Diver, Mark Bacon, Drew starting the show strong. Abner Neal, what's going on? Ethan, so tired of hearing that this LSU baseball team is talented. At some point, the talent has got to step up to the plate and produce. We don't have time to develop players for 4 years. See, the thing is, Ethan, I think there is some talent on this team. I think Tommy White clearly is a very talented guy. I think Luke Holman obviously is having a great year. You know, and I mean, I'm guilty of this as well. We look at recruiting rankings, number one player in this state, number one player at that position, whatever. We look at draft projections and we look at all the talent, we become sort of infatuated with it. But that talent has to go perform. So, like, coming into this year, Holman, Jump, and Hurd were all top 50 prospects at MLB.com. Like, that's not me saying it. That's not like Homer LSU fans saying it. That's like MLB.com ranking prospects ahead of this year's draft. And they had all three of LSU's pitchers from their opening weekend rotation in the top 50 overall, not top 50 pitchers, overall, any position. Like, that's how you build expectation. Paxton Kling was top 100 player. Jake Brown was top player in Louisiana. Cade Anderson was number 2 player in Louisiana. Stephen Milam was like the number 1 player in New Mexico. Like, y'all know. I mean, so there's a lot of guys that have played high level baseball and are certainly capable. They just haven't performed this year. A lot of guys that you were hoping would take a step this year, to be the leaders, haven't. And that's probably the most disappointing thing. Yes, you lost a ton off of last year's team. It's undeniable. You lost 75 homers off last year's team. You had a lot of guys, though, this year that were on last year's team and played lesser roles that you were hoping would step up and play impactful roles. And just hasn't worked out, man, yet. Still got time. Running out of time, though. Rocky Killian, good morning. Hate that we lost Preen to the portal, but it's a world we live in. Honestly, man, Jaylen Brown was the bigger loss. I mean, Jaylen Brown was the receiver who left after the bowl game, and Brown, was from Florida. Brown was dude. Like, he was a top 100 overall player in the country. I think he was like 79 in the country, and he was a guy that I was really excited about. But you just get caught in the logjam, man. Ray Langlois, James Avery, Luis Aleman, Rick Manuel, great commentary and LSU football player analysis. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate you for being there. Christian, I think someone said after Bo was hired that a DT or two from Texas may have been following. No, Christian, what I said is that he might have had a couple of defensive linemen silently committed to him. That's what I was told whenever he was hired. I was never told that it was players from Texas following him. I just was told that he had players silently committed to him. Damon Gilmore, good morning. Ethan, by the way, does Jay Johnson dislike 2A players? He does not seem to like us using them that way. You had Guidry and Brown, who are both 2A players. Neither has played 2. So the thing with Guidry is last year, Guidry wasn't going to pitch. Guidry started the season last year trying to win the job at second base, and he got beaten out by Gavin Dugas. Obviously, and Dugas went on and had a great year. So instead of just sitting on the sidelines and not playing, Guidry was like, okay, I'll pitch. And so Guidry pitched last year. When you're pitching, you're not hitting. And so Guidry went into this fall and didn't hit. Or let me rephrase. Didn't perform. And so he didn't win a job. Mostly because he spent a year pitching and not working on infield or hitting. So being a 2-way player is hard. So you look at where the opportunity is. For Jake Brown this year, think about where you were at the start of the season. You had what you felt was like tons of arms, right? I mean, you didn't need Jake Brown to come in and pitch for you. You had a ton of arms. So it's like, hey, see where you can go make an impact in the outfield. See if you can win a job or be part of a rotation. And when he's gotten minimal opportunities, he's done okay, but it hasn't like put a stranglehold on a job. Craig Dugas, Matt in the Georgia Bulldogs color. It's true you hate LSU and a hater. This is actually Navy, so this is more Ole Miss, not Georgia. That's it's maybe tough to tell there, but that's Navy and red. So this is way more. It's more appropriate to say that I'm in Ole Miss colors than I am Georgia colors. Definitely hate LSU. Bob Poole, Brett DeGrow, what's going on, man? Jamie Leday, Noah Lejeune, super excited to watch the gym semis today. 24 combined national championships in the other semi, 0 on LSU sides. Do you think they make the final? I do. I think LSU makes the final. They've been a 198 machine this year, and that should be good enough to get you in. So the top two from each quadrant, each quartet, I guess, each semifinal will make it to the finals on Saturday. And I think they do. I think it's going to come down to LSU on Saturday having their best meet of the year. And, they have in a meet this year scored high enough or registered a score that would have been high enough to win the national championship last year. So it's weird because it's not a cumulative thing when you get to this point. It's like you just have to go have the high score in that meet. So if you have your best meet of the year for the championship, then you win the national championship. So if you're LSU, it's really that simple. So the thing that really stinks is they compete today at 3:30, so I'll be on the air because they're in the first semifinal. So I'll have it on TV and try to follow it during AFR. But I'm pulling for, man. I'll tell you this, and y'all know we've talked about it. Like our family, we've kind of become gym fans, and we watch all the meets, and it's super exciting and fun. I'm excited for this team. I think this is the first team that realistically has a shot to win the national championship. I mean, like I guess you could say, well, anything could happen, sure, but like realistically, they have enough scoring on that team to win it. Now, I don't know that they can beat Oklahoma. I don't know that they will beat Oklahoma because Oklahoma is a machine and they're just at a different level than everybody. But LSU realistically has a chance if they go have their best meet of the year on Saturday. Well, they got to win today or they got to advance today. But if they do, they have the ability to score high enough to win the national championship on Saturday, which I don't think they've ever realistically had before. Let's see. Tyga Tick Coleman, what's going on? Trivia Carter, Barry or Bari. Is everything okay with Kyle Parker? Caught the spring game. I didn't see much of him, if any. Sorry if you talked about it. Haven't been keep track of spring ball. A life being life. No, it's all good, man. Kyle Parker, you're right. I didn't see much in the spring game, but he was out there at practice when we got to see, and he was actually he was running with the twos. So he was running ahead of Shelton Sampson the times we got to see. So I think he's doing great. Cajun Country, when does Loomis get the axe? His approach is frankly deserving of a seat in the U.S. Senate. I don't know, man. Like Mickey Loomis and Dennis Lauscher written into Gail Benson's will, like the succession plan of the organization. So I don't think he's going anywhere. Noah Lejeune, I want videos too, Drew. I'm addicted to them. Like my old phone. It's like I have a cell phone, right? Like we all do. Well, when I get a new phone, I don't like trade in my old phone. I just keep it. It's like basically just a brick, right? But we connect it to Wi-Fi, and so Drew gets to like play on that. So he goes and looks through my videos, and he goes on YouTube, and also it's kind of like his phone. He can't call on it or text or anything. There's no data on the phone, but when it's connected to Wi-Fi, it's kind of a device he can play on. So. Spurge, what's going on? Brett, if y'all have HBO Max, check out Conan O'Brien's new show, Must Go. It's hilarious. Okay. Let's see. Please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Thanks for being there. I want to remind y'all as well about our friends over at the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, brortho.com, brortho.com. If you go to the website, you hit the foundation tab, like the Brock Foundation, you'll see game day prep. The 19th. So tomorrow is the deadline to register for your athlete, an entire school or an entire team. Free physicals for middle school and high school over at Brock on Saturday, May the 11th from 7 to noon. But again, tomorrow is the last day to register. So make sure you go to brortho.com, brortho.com. Spencer Doge, morning, Matt. Thanks for keeping us updated about everything. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, Spencer. Very kind. Thanks for being there. Rocky, random question. I see the 6 string in the corner. What is it? I play a little. That is a custom-made guitar. It's not a name brand. It was made by a guy in town. It was a guitar shop named Timmy at Tim's Guitar Shop. I bought it from him I bought that in 2002. So I bought the guitar 22 years ago. Let's see. Make defense great again. Listen to Chuck Oliver. He said LSU could get over 85 scholarship players, have the collective pay scholarships for the other players. Is that true? On paper, have 85. So technically, yes, you could have a preferred walk-on that gets an NIL deal from the collective. I don't think that that's going to happen. I guess if you got into a situation where you wanted a player, you could massage some things, but I don't see the necessity, quite honestly. Like um, I don't see the necessity this year, so I don't think that happens. But technically, could you? Yes. By the way, like along those lines, um, I'll tell you that. Hmm, let's just say that there are some sports where athletes still have the COVID year to take advantage of. And if that sport, however, if the coach already has all of the scholarship allotment accounted for, right? Like you were assuming like this senior was leaving, and so you'd have an open scholarship, so you have it committed now to an incoming athlete. Well, now that senior wants to come back and compete for another year with the COVID year. The collective and donors and things like that are getting engaged to make sure they take care of things like tuition, room, board, all that stuff to effectively have that situation where you have like what amounts to another scholarship. And I'll tell you, I think you're going to hear one very high profile example relatively soon in one of the non-revenue sports. Um, let's see. Wendell Norman, Antron Hemingway, good morning. Yes, we will be. So draft day, Antron, we'll be live on draft day from Don Juan. So our draft watch party will be live at Don Juan Cigar Bar. We've got everybody to come on out, man. Our whole 1045 ESPN staff will be there after starting at 7. So we'll wrap up AFR and jet over to Don Juan. We'll hang there next Thursday, week from today. Looking forward to it. Let's see. I got like 1 minute. Come on, bro. Come on, Rocky. It's still morning scone, bud. Gorilla Bailey C. My girlfriend's dad's a huge Bama fan. He said Kalen DeBoer is a better coach than BK because he won a playoff game. Okay. You can stop with my girlfriend's dad is a huge Bama fan. All right, y'all. I got to get going. Y'all have a great day. Thanks so much for being here. Smash that like button if you would. Subscribe up to the channel on YouTube, Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. LinkedIn, shout out to all of you there as well. We appreciate you. Remember, if you happen to need a roof, give us a shout. 364-1007, 364-1007, 364-1007. Name of the new company coming any day now. Very excited to share it with you. It's coming soon. Okay, y'all have a great day. We'll see you.